What if making positive changes in your life didn't have to be so difficult? What if you didn't need constant motivation to stick to your healthy habits? What if your environment can do the hard work for you? In this video, I'll go over some design tricks you can use to encourage healthier eating habits in your everyday life. But first, let me share an interesting story. Eric Johnson from Columbia University and Daniel Goldstein from London Business School conducted a surprising study. The researchers gathered data from 11 European countries, showing the percentage of people in each country who chose to be an organ donor. The differences between these countries are astounding. Despite their geographic, cultural, and social similarities, only 4% of the population in Denmark in this study were organ donors, compared to nearly 86% in Sweden. What could be the reason? Well, it turns out it's a type of form that they use. Well, you see, default option on Denmark's form said that you're not an organ donor and you have to choose to be one. Whereas in Sweden's form, they assume that everybody by default would want to be an organ donor and you have to tick a box that says you don't want to be one. And this is a reason. A checkbox on a form. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. What we think are personal choices are often influenced by our environment, and most people choose the default option that's presented to them. Whether it's a form to fill, the food we eat, or the TV we watch, these environmental cues shape our behavior. So knowing this, we could theoretically change our environment to hinder bad behaviors and to encourage good habits. So now let's discuss the design tactics you can use in your kitchen and dining area so you can naturally promote healthier eating habits without solely relying on your motivation. The colors around you can make a big difference in how much and how quickly you eat. Cool and calming colors like light sage green reduce anxiety and promote a relaxed dining experience, leading to better portion control and food appreciation. Warm and energizing colors like red, orange, and yellow will increase your heart rate and arousal, which can stimulate your appetite and speed up eating. I mean, have you ever noticed how many fast food restaurants use the colors yellow, red, and orange in their branding and in their interior design? This is a very deliberate choice. These colors are proven to increase appetite and encourage faster eating, which means people eat more, they turn over faster, more customers, more goods sold. So if you want to slow down your eating experience, try to avoid using these colors in your kitchen and in your dining area. Or if you're someone who has trouble eating enough food, then maybe you can pick these warm colors to stimulate your appetite and make you eat a little bit faster, so a little bit more. Light levels play a crucial role in our eating behavior. Now, going back to the fast food restaurant, have you ever noticed how fast food restaurants are always brightly lit, while the fine dining restaurants have warm, dim lights? This isn't just about aesthetics. Fast food places use bright lights to encourage quick eating and fast turnover, while fine dining restaurants use dim lighting to create a relaxing atmosphere that encourages people to stay longer, to order another drink, or to have the dessert. This is because lower light levels create a relaxed atmosphere, slowing down our eating pace and potentially reducing our overall food consumption. So if you want to slow down your eating a bit, give your body some time to process the fact that you have eaten and you're not hungry anymore, you can dim the lights in your dining space and create this more relaxed atmosphere. However, make sure that you don't linger for too long, because when you're too relaxed, it's easier to help yourself to a second portion of the food. People tend to eat more where they can see where food is being prepared and stored. So if you have an open plan kitchen, that's basically inviting you to a buffet every time you walk by. You see the food, you think about eating, and you end up eating more. At least this is what happens to me anyway. This is why I have hidden my snack drawer right at the end of my kitchen where I don't really see it. So if too much snacking and overeating is generally a concern, maybe don't have an open plan kitchen where everything is exposed. Or if this is already the case, consider using screens or partitions to block the visual connection between the kitchen and the rest of your living space. I have a whole other video discussing kitchen design mistakes and why an open plan kitchen might not be the best option for you, so be sure to check it out after this video. Cluttered and disorganized spaces promote unhealthy snacking. So when your home and workspaces are cluttered, you're more likely to reach for unhealthy snacks. Environmental psychology shows that cluttered spaces contribute to cognitive overload and stress, which often leads to emotional eating as a coping mechanism. By maintaining an organized, clean environment, you reduce these stresses, making it easier to stick to healthy eating habits. This strategy leverages cognitive load theory, which says that our environment impacts our mental processes and behaviors, including our eating choices. I mean, imagine trying to cook a healthy meal in a kitchen where the counters are cluttered with mail, garbage, and leftovers from 3 days ago. The chaos can stress you out, making you reach for a quick snack instead of taking the time to cook something nutritious and healthy for yourself and your family. So by keeping your kitchen organized and uncluttered, you're more likely to spend time cooking and eating healthy. So decluttering isn't just good for your home, but it's also good for your waistline. This one's a little bit strange, but there have been studies that's been conducted to show that having thin sculptures or artwork that depicts thin body types while you're eating can discourage you from overeating. Environmental psychology suggests that visual stimuli can influence our behavior and self-perception. Thin sculptures of human figures and artwork that shows, strong, healthy body types, that can act as subliminal prompts while you're eating. Quieter environments with a sound level of around 55 decibel, which is around the same volume as a normal conversation, can make us eat more thoughtfully and mindfully. In an elegant restaurant with moderate background chatter, you may notice how much more you enjoy your food compared to a bustling cafeteria where everyone is running around. The quiet setting allows you to focus on your food's flavors and textures, helping you recognize when you feel full, while the noisy cafeteria can overwhelm your senses. So by creating a peaceful dining area in your home and trying to absorb the sound a little bit so it's not so echoey, you can make the whole dining experience nicer for you and your family. So to reduce the amount of noise in your dining space, this is what you can do. You can add soft furnishing to your space like rugs, curtains, and upholstered furniture to absorb the sound. You can use acoustic panels or fabric wall coverings on your walls to treat the space so it's not so echoey. And you can use soft placemats, tablecloths, and napkins on the dining table. Anything to pad the space and absorb the sound a little bit so the space is not full of hard surfaces where every noise is going to bounce off. And if you have the TV on in the background, switch it off. Choosing solid fronted cabinets help reduce visual cues that trigger snacking. I mean, when you can't see the chocolate chips and cookies and cereal, you're also less likely to reach for them and snack on them. Don't put TVs in the kitchen. They'll encourage you to linger and just snack mindlessly. The last thing you need is to get sucked into a Netflix binge and a snack binge at the same time. It's multitasking at its worst. Avoid entering your home through the kitchen door. Entering your home through the kitchen door can encourage snacking right away. Walking straight into the kitchen after a long day at work is like walking right into a bad decision. You're tired, maybe you're a little bit bored and grumpy from work, and to be home and confronted with food, it's going to make you want to snack. That's also why it's sometimes really bad to go food shopping at the supermarket on an empty stomach, because you'll just want to grab everything, especially the most unhealthy, calorific, fatty food you can find, and stuff it in your mouth. Yes, talking from experience here. So if you design a home in a way where you're walking instead into the living room or a hallway, you have a bit of a chance to settle in and relax first. There's a buffer zone which reduces impulsive eating. So by making these simple yet effective design changes, you might change your environment and transform it into a space that works really, really well for you. If you have any design questions about your home and you need some personalized consultation, be sure to contact me because I do provide virtual design consultations. My email is in the description below, so just write me something and I'll get back to you within the next 2 days. Thank you for watching. Make sure you also check out my other videos, which are popping up on the screen right now. Thanks, bye!